Alison.
And I'm Bryce.
And we're Better Half Reviews. And we are starting our new segment called Rough Draft. This is for games that haven't come out yet or are coming out soon, and we've play tested them, but we may or may not have a full review of them. And we thought you should know a little bit about them.
For sure. So, let's see what we've been playing.
So first up is Dice Command.
So Dice Command is a semi-abstract military battle game where you're rolling dice, putting them out onto the battlefield, strategically moving them around, and trying to take over the enemy's position.
We played this with the creator, and I thought it was pretty fun. Like, it is an abstract game, but it didn't really feel like that. Like, yes, you were using dice as your military people, but like it was just very fitting how all the mechanics worked, and like certain things with like stacking dice, where it made it like a bigger.
Made it like a tank.
Yeah.
As opposed to just like an infantry unit.
Where you're like, oh, you have 2 dice, that makes sense. And like the higher up the numbers were, the stronger that military section was.
Mm-hmm. I liked how it dealt with the luck aspect of having to roll dice, though. You could only have 1 unit of each number on the board at any time. So if you kept rolling 6s, you couldn't put them all out on the board.
But then there's another aspect to the game where you have like your own little player area where you can try to use your dice to change up what you have on the board or upgrade things down the road to, throw in some wrenches for the other player.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really interesting to, like, there are those, like, outpost spots, I guess you would call them. I forget the exact name. But they give you, like, special abilities. So you had to go out onto the board, take over that spot to be able to use that ability.
Yeah. It was just really fitting with the like military battle system and everything, and it wasn't overly complicated. Like, I'm not usually huge into like just straight up like army and war games, but this was really fun. I really liked it.
Yeah, I really liked it a lot as well. And like Allison said, the abstract part of it just kind of melted away into the theme.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I didn't feel like I was playing an abstract game. I really thought like, oh, I'm now moving out a tank onto the board, and now I'm moving this weaker infantry unit around here, so hopefully, he won't be attacked or whatever.
Yeah. It was very streamlined and definitely like a really good gateway game for an abstract strategy.
Yeah, definitely. So the next game we're going to talk about is Light Strikers.
That is an RPG game that actually just funded on Kickstarter. We were sent some of the PDF copies. We started playing it like there's a solo intro version, so it kind of like brings you into the world. And we haven't done many RPGs, but this was like a really good entry point, and I really appreciated like the little slowly building up the story. With Light Strikers, you can tell that he's really taken the time to figure out this world. Like, there's so many cool like characters, names, and places and creatures. And even though we were just basically reading black and white print, it was very like cool to like kind of think of it in your mind how it would shape up. And we didn't get through all of it, obviously, but I thought it was really fun, and like I can see how it would like really build up into a fun game.
This RPG can be played solo or in like a campaign / like episodic type group play. So we've played it solo, and again, like Allison said, it was really interesting to see how the world was being built in the first couple chapters or whatever you want to call them that we played.
It's like a futuristic kind of fantasy adventure, so there's like interesting technology that some of the characters have and utilize to like make things be more powerful or whatnot.
And then there's like magic and like fantasy, and I don't know, it's all just really cool.
Mm-hmm.
There's more to this world than just the RPG. There's also going to be like novelettes. I don't know if there's going to be actual like full-length novels or not. But I know the creator is putting more time in creating more content based off of this world. So this is only his, I think, first round of doing stuff with it. So
yeah,
I'm interested in see where this goes in the future.
All right, so next one is RPG Battles. We actually just put out a review of this recently.
So this is on Kickstarter currently, and it is, again, has that RPG theme. It's based off of the Pathfinder system, and you're a character fighting their way kind of through this dungeon. But it takes out a lot of the story, it takes out the character creation, and it's just the monster battles, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm. So it's like if you've kind of been interested in RPG stuff, but it just seems so intimidating to actually like try to sit down and do a full campaign when you don't know what you're doing.
Or like find someone to DM for you.
It's like take all that intimidation, worry, all that extra bogged down stuff out, and then you have RPG battles, which is just like straight up, here you go, here's some monster battles. Oh, you want to try to like best your opponents and like throw off the battle on them, or you're just trying to be the last man standing, and it's just a quick, fun game, and we had a blast with it. It was so much fun.
Yeah, we were laughing a lot while we played
Mm-hmm.
this, and just the take that aspect of it, and then the surprise with the rolls and everything. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So I mean, I really thought it was fun. You should. I recommend it. If you want to break from super heavy things but still want to have that RPG feel, this is a good one.
Next, we have Heart of Cthulhu. And this is a card game based off of the Cthulhu mythos universe. And it's a lot of fun. You go out in your own ship, go out exploring. You get items that help you kind of find or discover new lands and fight off these sea creatures that you're going to inevitably encounter on your journeys.
I like it. It was a lot of fun. I would say that it's probably better with 3 or more players. Like we've played it at 2-player and 4-player. I definitely feel like the variety of different things going on and card switching out is much better at like a little bit of a higher player count. And with it being a Cthulhu thing, like I know that sometimes people are like, Cthulhu, or when you hear Cthulhu, you think, okay, it's gonna be super dark, super big, and whatever. And it didn't feel that way. Where, like, I haven't played too many Cthulhu games because it's just kind of not my thing too much. But this was really fun, and I didn't mind the Cthulhu theme at all, and it didn't feel overwhelming or.
So Cthulhu is a card in a peril deck, which the perils are the monsters or curses or whatever that you might come across as you journey. Sometimes the Cthulhu card doesn't even appear in the game, but when it does, everybody's trying to fight against Cthulhu. Mm-hmm. So it is kind of like everybody could die at the same time, or everybody, could survive and get stronger and get better.
Yeah.
But even if you don't, encounter Cthulhu in a round or in a game, it is still a lot of fun. There's still lots of monsters to fight. You could get cursed, you can find new lands, you can do all sorts of things, which is still fun.
And the whole point of the game is to be the first one with 3 new worlds that you've discovered. And there's a bit of take that in the game, so like you can try to destroy people's cards or steal their worlds.
Or you can even help them if you want to.
That's true, but we haven't been to the point where we want to help each other, right?
Yeah, we usually kind of are at each other's throats.
But yeah, it's a fun game, and I think it's easy to learn and pick up, and it kind of has, not to like put it down too much that we have so many RPG stuff on this one, but it kind of has that RPG feel because you're rolling the dice to try to like battle out with those perils that come up, and you have to get to a certain amount, and then they can fight back too. So it kind of has like a hint of RPG with the battling. But also, I like it with all the different cards, and the art's really cool too. If you check out their Instagram, you can see some of the watercolor that they've done with the card art, and it's phenomenal.
It's really beautiful. I like that watercolor look that they have in the game.
But yeah, so that game is going to be coming to Kickstarter March 1st of next year, so 2021. Definitely check it out. Be on the lookout. All right, so this is wrapping up our first segment of Rough Draft. We'll be doing these every once in a while, after we have a few games that we've play tested that we want to talk to you about. Be looking for one of these videos.
So, any of these games catch your eye? Be sure to comment below which games you're looking forward to, and also let us know if there's any games you'd like us to look into.
All right, so that's all we've got for Rough Draft. I'm Allison.
And I'm Bryce.
And we're Better Half Reviews. Happy gaming.
Have fun.